It is Tuesday, April 1st. It is the weekend after a convention, and usually what I would be doing is putting stuff away, making sure my room is all set up again, clean and everything. And I would be tallying up a lot of different things to provide information for the vlog, but all of that has to be pushed back because my group order Discord that hasn't done group orders in forever is opening up orders for certain items that I've been wanting to make, and now is the perfect time to do them because some of these items I've been wanting to make for forever but have been pushing it back because of the MOQ, how much it costs, and I just did a convention, so you know I got the extra cash to be doing this stuff, so it's the perfect time. So instead of working on the NadashiCon vlog, I will be working on preparing the files and the artwork for those items. So yeah, let's get started on that. I'm going to be making two products, and one of the products is finally going to be a desk mat. My husband bought this for me at the convention. It's a really nice long mat. I've never had a long mat like this before, but the desk mat that I'm going to be making is actually 1 inch longer than this, so it's going to be a pretty long product. So I'm super excited about that. There's another smaller size that I think is more close to the size I had previously, but I think this size would be fun. The desk mat is going to be 40 by 90 centimeters, and what I did for the artwork here was I put Captain Frogger and Mushroom Clan on the side here, have the moon here with the clouds and maybe Star Cat. Or maybe I would make this moon cat and put it in the center and have the clouds on the side. And then here at the bottom, I will have grass and flowers. And it'll be a night scene with stars and fireflies. But that's the first sketch. I'm going to sketch out the other idea I had and see which one I like the best. So I will admit that this is not the prettiest looking sketch. It's the best way to get my ideas down really fast, but Captain Frogger, Mushroom Can, Jackie, one of the cats on the sides with grass and flowers and then 4-leaf clovers on the side and then the water in the middle can potentially look good, but I won't be able to tell until I actually do it because these lines here are the water lines, so right now they just look very sloppy. When I try to imagine it, I think it would still look really good, but seeing that I have a time constraint, I would go with this one, I think. It is now Tuesday, April 29th. I have taken a week off and it's been a while since I've done anything that's related to my small business. I finished the desk mat and I sent it off to where it needed to go. Now I'm just waiting to hopefully see how the sample looks like from the group order. And I know I haven't shown y'all that yet, but I'll show y'all after this. This week's plan is to make hair bows. I wanted to make hair bows before the DashiCon, but I didn't have time to do that. And after the DashiCon, I ordered some new things to make bows. I think what I'm going to do is I'm not going to make the same bows over and over again. I just like to make them in small batches, and then when I order new beads and stuff, I like to try to make new things. So I just buy that stuff depending on how I'm feeling at that moment. So when I'm looking for them, I see something that I think is cute, I'll just buy it and then I'll figure out what I'm going to do with it once I get it. If there is a certain bow you like that I made or have at the moment, make sure you get them because I will most likely not make them ever again. We're going to be experimenting with bows though. I have been wanting to try heat vinyl with the hair bows to make them more customized, make them more unique. And I have not tried it yet, and I want to see how well it sticks on there and see if it's good enough to use to customize the bows. I'm gonna start off with something simple, and then if it turns out well, I'll maybe try more complicated designs in the future. But yeah, let me show y'all the desk mat design and then we'll move on to that. This is how the artwork looks like. Here is Captain Froggo and Mushroom Kun, and we have the fireflies again. And then we have the grass go all the way to the other side. Then we have some stuff up front here that's blurred out a little bit to give it some more depth. Up here I have the moon cat with stars and clouds. I didn't want to put too much stars up here because the fireflies are also yellow. So I didn't want the stars to be too bright versus the fireflies. But yeah, I'm really happy. I think this is the perfect first desk mat design for me. Hopefully it turns out well. I can't wait to see how it looks like. Here are the things I bought for making bows this time around. These are little cherries. This has wings and then there's a heart and pearls here. These are going to be used for the center of bows. Unless I figure something else out with them. I have these cute stars in pastel colors. I also got these pearl beads, one with gold accents and one with silver accents. And I also got these and they're glass beads and they're supposed to be flowers. So I have some in different colors here. We'll see if I figure out anything fun to make with this stuff. I'm going to use this navy blue ribbon and this iron-on vinyl. I think this is silver, but I'm not actually sure because on the label it doesn't even tell me what color this is, but it looked silver when I tried it the last time, and I think it'd be really cute to try moon, star, and clouds design on here, something simple. So I'm going to design that and then we're gonna try it and see how it goes. It's now Wednesday, April 30th. Yesterday I had to stop early because it was raining really hard and there were thunderstorms going on. So wanted to make sure that my electronics would be fine, so I just turned everything off. But I figured out a design that we're going to try, so let me show you that. So here in the center, I have it kind of coming out because you're not really going to see the middle once it becomes the center of the bow. On the sides, we have the star, a squiggly, a moon, a squiggly, and a diamond shape. This should go the entire length that I want for the bow. So I'm going to cut this out. I need to put more space in between them because I'm going to have to cut them apart. But we're going to cut these out and hopefully they turn out good. So these turned out really well. It stuck on there pretty good. I forgot to put the Teflon sheet on top the first time, but thankfully this stuff is heat proof, so it didn't melt on there. That's how you can tell I don't use vinyl a lot. But yeah, it looks really good. I think in the future when I make more designs, it's gonna have to be smaller because once this gets turned into a bow, when it gets put in half like this, you're not gonna see the back. So the diamonds in the moon, you don't even see it. But what I'm planning to do is maybe make this part the tail so you can actually see the design. But I'm gonna try to make a bow with it now and we're gonna see how it turns out. I have stuff everywhere, like always. Like, if it's not like this, am I really doing crafty stuff? This is how the bow turned out, and I learned a lot of things. I'm happy with how it looks like overall, but as you can see, we are losing some details. So now we see only the swirly there, and the stars are behind there. And you can't even see them because they're blocked. And then here you see the moon, but then of course the moon for this one is in the back here. So we have to make adjustments. And the best thing would be to probably do a repeating pattern instead of a bigger pattern like this. Or if I'm going to do a big pattern, it needs to be somewhere where you can see it. Like if it's going to be on the tail, it needs to be at the bottom. Or if it's going to be on the bow, it has to be on the sides, like the more important part. But I think for the first try, it's not bad. And I really love how the silver details on the bow looks like. So we're gonna try another design, probably another stars and moon type of design. This is what I came up with. I used the previous design to guesstimate where things would go. This section here should show up on the bow, and this cloud here, part of it would be folded on the other side of the bow. Other parts were just put in there to fill in the space. But we're gonna go with this, and hopefully it will turn out better. This looks really good so far. I'm running out of the navy blue, so I decided to try on black in this cream color, and I think it also looks really good on those two colors. And then I decided to try the design from yesterday in the middle for the tail, so we'll see how it goes. It's now Friday, May 2nd, and I'm still trying to figure out what to do with these bows. When I make the bows, I don't really have a plan. I just go with what I have and try to figure stuff out. But I have a much harder time with trying to figure stuff with silver accents or silver decor, because I have more gold stuff, and I personally like gold in general because I tend to buy charms and stuff that have gold in it. So silver is a little bit more challenging, but I think I'm figuring something out. So let me show you my idea so far. Here's the black bow, and then we have the lace. I love this lace. I always use the lace in my bows. I'm thinking of putting this piece under here with a longer lace tail, and then maybe taking some of this silver chain and either adding a teardrop pearl bead in the center or on the sides. Not exactly sure yet. If this turns out well, I'm going to do the other ones with this print the same way. So yeah, let's try out and see how it turns out. Excuse the mess around the bow, but I finally figured out what I'm going to do. I'm really happy with how it looks like. As you can see, I tried several different things, but what I ended up doing was making the chains on the sides longer, and then I sewed them to the ends here on both sides. I did have them dangling off a jump ring, but I think it looks kind of odd with the jump ring on here, and then there's already another jump ring. If I had the smaller ones, it would work, but since I only have one size of the silver ones, I just sewed this on here. And I did have the longer chain here too, but it looks better with the shorter one. I am very happy with how this experiment turned out. Turned out a lot better than I thought it would. I ran it on into silver vinyl, so the ones I just made will most likely be one of a kind, unless I find more silver vinyl. It's really fun. I could put a little more of a personal touch on these. I'm not gonna make all of them like this, but when I feel like it, it'd be fun to do it. And now I know where to put the artwork and stuff, so yeah, it was perfect. It was exactly what I wanted to do. But that will be it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you all next time. Bye!